बिहारी
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी
जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवारधारी
जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी
यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन
यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन
यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन
यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन
यमुना तीरावनचारी
यमुना तीरावनचारी
यमुना तीरावनचारी
यमुना तीरावनचारी
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी
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 हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
जय राधा रस बिहारी श्री राधे
जय राधा रस बिहारी श्री राधे
जय गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय
जय गौरानिता जय गौरानिता जय गौरानिता जय गौरानिता
प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद
जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय प्रभुपाद
निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल
निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल
निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि बोल जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य स्तोत्र श्री श्रीमद डिवाइन ग्रेस ऐसे भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी महाराज श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय ISKCON ब्यूटी फाउंडर आचार्य श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय श्री राधा रस बिहारी भगवान की जय श्री सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान जी की जय श्री गौरनिताय भगवान की हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की हरे नाम संकीर्तन की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे all glories to assembled devotees all glories to assembled devotees all glories to assembled devotees all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandalaya Cha Nandagopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna. So reading from canto number 1, the chapter number 2 entitled as Divinity and Divine Service, and the text number 40. Tasmadekena manasa
Tasmadekena manasa
Bhagavan Sattvatam Patihi
Bhagavan Sattvatam Patihi
Sotavya Kirtitavyascha
Sotavya Kirtitavyascha
Deya Pujascha Nityada
Deya Pujascha Nityada
Tasmadekena manasa
Tasmadekena manasa
Bhagavan Sattvatam Patihi
Bhagavan Sattvatam Patihi
Sotavya Kirtitavyascha
Sotavya Kirtitavyascha
Deya Pujascha Nityada
Deya Pujascha Nityada
Tasmat Ekena Manasa
Tasmadekena manasa
Bhagavan Sattvatam Pati
Bhagavan Sattvatam Patihi
Sotavya Kirtitavyascha
Sotavya Kirtitavyascha
Deya Pujascha Nityada
Deya Pujascha Nityada Tasmadekena manasa
Tasmadekena Manasa
Bhagavan Sattvatam Patihi
Bhagavan Sattvatam Pati
Sotavya Kirtitavyascha
Sotavya Kirtitavyascha
Deya Pujascha Nityada
Deya Pujascha Nityada
तस्मादेकेन मनसा
Tasmadekena manasa
भगवान् सात्वतां पतिः
Bhagavan Sattvatam Patihi
श्रोतव्यकीर्तितव्यश्च
Sotavya Kirtitavyascha
ध्येयपूज्यश्च नित्यदा
Deya Pujascha Nityada
तस्मादेकेन मनसा
Tasmadekena manasa
भगवान् शत्वतां पतिः
Bhagavan Sattvatam Patihi
श्रोतव्यकीर्तितव्यश्च
Sotavya Kirtitavyascha
ध्येयपूज्यश्च नित्यदा
Deya Pujascha Nityada
तस्मादेकेन मनसा
Tasmadekena manasa
भगवान् सात्वतां पतिः
Bhagavan Sattvatam Patihi
श्रोतव्यकीर्तितव्यश्च
Sotavya Kirtitavyascha
ध्येयेन पूज्यश्च नित्यदा
Deya Pujascha Nityada
तस्मादेकेन मनसा
Tasmadekena manasa
भगवान् सात्वतां पतिः
Bhagavan Sattvatam Patihi
श्रोतव्यकीर्तितव्यश्च
Sotavya Kirtitavyascha
ध्येयपूज्यश्च नित्यदा
Deya Pujascha Nityada.
Hare Krishna. So word to word translation. Tasmat
Tasmat
therefore Ekena
Ekena
by one
one
Manasa
Manasa
attention of the mind
attention of the mind
Bhagavan
Bhagavan
personality of Godhead
personality of God
Satvata
Sattvatam
of the devotee
of the devotees
Patihi
Patihi
protector
protector
Shrotavyaha
Shrotavyaha
is to be heard
is to be heard
Kirtitavyaha
Kirtitavyaha
to be
to
glorified
be glorified
Cha
Cha
and Dheyaha
Dheyaha
to be remembered
to be remembered
Pujyaha
Pujyaha
to be worshipped
to be worshipped
Cha
Cha
and
and
Nityada
Nityada
constantly.
constantly.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada
Ki Jai.
Translation. Therefore, with one pointed attention, one should constantly hear about, glorify, remember, and worship the personality of Godhead, who is the protector of the devotees. Purport. If realization of the absolute truth is the ultimate aim of life, it must be carried out by all means. In any of the above mentioned castes and orders of life, the four processes, namely glorifying, hearing, remembering, and worshipping, are general occupations. Without these principles of life, no one can exist. Activities of living being involve engagements in these four different principles of life. Especially in modern society, all activities are more or less dependent on hearing and glorifying. Any man from any social status becomes a well-known man in human society within a very short time if he is simply glorified truly or falsely in the daily newspapers. Sometimes political leaders of a particular party are also advertised by newspaper propaganda. And by such a method of glorification, an insignificant man becomes an important man within no time. But such propaganda by false glorification of an unqualified person cannot bring about any good either for the particular man or for the society. There may be some temporary reactions to such a propaganda, but there are no permanent effects. Therefore, such activities are waste of time. The actual object of glorification is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who has created everything manifested before us. We have broadly discussed this fact from the beginning of the Janmadhyasya shloka of the Bhagavatam. The tendency to glorify others or hear others must be turned to the real object of glorification, the Supreme Being, and that will bring happiness. ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरो वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च। हे कृष्णकरुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकाकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी पुष्पमानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमः विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिधि नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. So I welcome each and every one of you to today's Srimad Bhagavatam class. And today's Srimad Bhagavatam class is also glorifying Srimad Bhagavatam and the class also. Shrotavya Kirtitavya. Shrotavya, one should do hearing. So hearing is very important. Should I say something? Yes. When we sing, a particular singer, he sings a very particular tune. We have to hear that tune very nicely and we have to repeat it as it is. So today morning I tried one tune 3 times. No. And 3 times it was sang wrongly. So finally I was given up, definitely. So generally, the Panchatattva Mahamantra, the first will be very slow, like Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. That is how the first tune goes, and then second goes like Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. So 3 times I sang the first tune only. Shri Krishna, and all the followers are Shri Krishna Chaitanya. The last third time I have given it up. Okay, Hare Krishna. All of you born, I take up back. So remember the first tune, it goes very slow and with a deep pitch. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, like that. And then second goes Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. And then the third one goes higher, more higher. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. So it's like a stepwise. The first is low, second is medium, and the third one is high. That gives a वो proper built up होता है. So it's not something you have done wrongly, but I'm just telling the way we sing Mangal Aarti now. Even in the Hare Krishna Mahamantra also, we sing it first. It's like a very low pitch. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. And all of you sang it very well. But when it comes to Panchatattva Mahamantra, most often it gets wrong. So try to do it very in a low pitch first, then it will go on very nice. It's not an instructions, it just I'm telling this is the way it goes. Okay. So the verse is very very simple. Tasmad ekena manasa. Ekena manasa means rapt attention with one single pointed attention. What we should do? Bhagavan Sattvatanpati. When we try to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, is it a Tasmad ekena manasa?
No.
It is Anekena manasa. Bahunena manasa. Right? Most of the time we wonder, it's so many. Sometimes we go to Delhi, Sansad Bhavan. Sometimes we go to Maharashtra Vidhan Bhavan. Sometimes we go to Azad in the Maidan. Right? What is happening? Sometimes we go to Ganpati Bappa. Sometimes we go to Chandra, Indra, Varun, Vayu, that other things also. And if fasting is there, then we go to Govindas. Right? So, most of the time in our life, it's a most important issue in our life that our mind doesn't get focused on one single thing. But still, what is the problem? What is the solution for that? When Krishna was telling the characteristics of mind, Arjuna said that, see Lord, it's not possible. I can even cover and I can stop the entire air of the universe, but I cannot stop my mind. What should I do? Then Krishna says, Abhyasentu Kaunteya. You have to do a practice of this. So chanting of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, the word itself gives us the actual meaning why we are chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Mantra means what? Manas trayate iti mantra. So a particular hymn or a particular name of the Lord which gives satisfaction to the heart, relaxation, satisfaction to the mind, relaxation to the mind, and it can tarata, it can deliver your mind from such kind of obstacles. That particular hymns, that particular thing or repetition of words are called as a mantra. And by the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we got Maha Mantra. So one who is not chanting of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, the problem happens, it's like that same person has to go with Adi Atmika miseries. Adi Atmika miseries means what? Adi Atmika Klesh means the Klesh which has been given by mind and the body. They are called as Adi Atmika. Atmika means Atma means myself. So the body and the mind is my own part. And they themselves are giving kleshas and the miseries to me. That's why they are called as Adi Atmika. Something which is outside me or not a part of me, it's a bhautika, which is in the material world. So that's why whatever living entities or the situations or the places are giving problems to me, they are into Adi Bhautika category. Machhar Katana. Just like I got my rounds completed at 6 o'clock. So I went and I sat there and I tried to read and prepare something for Srimad Bhagavatam class. But as I was reading all the Adi Bhautik living entities, these small living entities, they were feasting on my blood. I said, let them feast, what should I do? I have to prepare. So, Adi Bhautik miseries are the living entities. Those living entities are causing us a misery that is called as the Adi Bhautika. And then Adi Daivika. Adi Daivika means just 1.5 week back we have went through that Adi Daivika misery. This much water in our center. This much. You can see the still markings are there. The paint the paint will look like a little bit different than the above paint. So that much, almost 3 feet water came. And that's what Adi Daivika misery is. So each and every person, especially who is not chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra or who is not preparing himself to chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, he has to got a lot of trouble. He has to go through it. Because his mind will not be peaceful. Outsiders, although they look peaceful, or you will see their life is so predictable, and they have nice secured job and then the family and everything. But what we have not seen inside what is going on. They are totally disturbed 24/7. Something is going on within mind. What will happen to this? What will happen to this? What will happen to me? What will happen to that? What will happen to this? How can I come out of this? How can I do this kind of a politics to rid out of this thing? How can I do this? So that constant ringing of mind is going on inside the mind of a person. So that's why the outsiders who are not chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, for them it's a very difficult thing to control their mind. But by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we got this very wonderful process that we have to just sit and chant one Maha Mantra. Not one time. 16/108. Okay. But a simple Maha Mantra we have to chant. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And while chanting, that chanting is considered as Kirtitavyascha, glorification of the Supreme Personality of God. Kirti Gayanti iti Kirtanaha. So whatever the kirtis or the fame of the Lord has been sang by the devotees, that is considered as a kirtan. And Lord's holy names are actually giving the insights of the Lord's characteristics. So that's why even chanting the holy name of the Lord itself is called as a kirtan. So that kirtitavyascha is there. But while doing the kirtan, especially chanting of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, one thing is very important. That is Shrotavya. While chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, it's not Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, वो चल रहा है, माला चल रही है, मुंह चल रहा है, वो सब चल रहा है, हम ऐसे घूम रहे हैं. आज अगर मैं जाऊँगा तो ब्रेकफास्ट में लोग क्या बनाएंगे? ये तो केवल राइस के आइटम बनाते, कभी पीला राइस, कभी लाल राइस, कभी हरा राइस, कभी normal race. What temple will have? Sunday feast, what temple will have? This coming Sunday, we are going to celebrate Radhashtami in our Goregaon West Center. What will be the feast for that? Prabhuji, do something nicer.
Pasta,
Chana. Pizza, pasta, narak ka rasta. People say like that. Of course, I came from US and I have eaten a lot of pizzas and pastas. I cannot say they are the narak ka rasta. But still, that kind of contemplation goes on. So while chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, actually, Shrotavya is very important. What we are chanting, that should be heard by us. Then that is a complete process. Chanting of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra means not only chanting through our lips, chanting from our heart, definitely through our lips, and hearing that Hare Krishna Mahamantra, what we are actually chanting. That is what a complete process of chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Otherwise, it will become only mechanical. कि चल रहा है, वो मशीन के लगा देते ना तो मशीन चलता रहता है. So similarly, our fingers will also go like a mechanical machine. Tick, 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 tick. And after some time, even you will come to know what kind of a bead is having a which kind of a shape. And if that bead comes, that means half mala is done, 1/4 mala is done, 3/4. It happens like exclusively, just like since 2010, I am chanting on one same beads. So as soon as that particular bead comes, I come to know, okay, now only 8 beads are remaining. Okay, now half mala has been done. Because your fingers get so much habituated. But most of the time it remains so mechanical in our life. We do it as a kind of a ritual. Even chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra done by the devotees, most of the time it is felt like a ritual. सुबह उठना है और महामंत्र का जप करके निकल जाना है. सम्मा और अदर सुबह करो, उसको साइड में रख दो भाई, दिन भर टेंशन नहीं चाहिए ये 16 मारा का मुझे, right? In that way we do. So that becomes a ritual. That's not a spiritual. When the ritual, while doing that ritual, we understand what is the actual spirit behind that ritual, then that becomes as a spiritual activity. Otherwise, rituals can be done by any karmakandi person also with much more sincerity they do it. So, Hare Krishna Mahamantra, when we chant, we should chant that Hare Krishna Mahamantra with exclusive attention and with exclusive hearing. Now tell me, how many of us knows very exclusively that I can see tomorrow's sun? Or till next Radhashtami I will be there in this material world. Or till next Janmashtami I will be there in this material world. How many of you can give guarantee? How many of us can give this guarantee? None of us. Right? So that's why Srila Prabhupada said, hey, when we chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we should chant it like this is going to be my last 16 rounds of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. This particular mala is going to be the last mala of my life. This particular bead and this particular Mahamantra on that bead is going to be the last mantra of my life. Then and then only that sincerity will come in our life. Otherwise it becomes very difficult for us, right? So Srila Prabhupada said, my problem with my devotees are only that they are not sufficiently afraid of Maya Devi. Problem with my followers is that they are not sufficiently afraid of Maya Devi, that Maya Devi can kick them out of devotional service like this. At any moment, at any circumstances, Maya Devi can do. Thing is that right now what we are going through is only tantrums of our own mind. Maya Devi has not even given a glance of her on our life. हम बोलते हैं ना बाहर जाके, माया देवी ने मेरे के ऊपर आक्रमण किया, माया देवी का प्रकोप हो गया, प्रभु जी. That way we try to speak many things. माया देवी बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग है प्रभु जी, बाहर जाके देखो माया देवी बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग है. अरे माया देवी haven't even seen us. We are just an insignificant person in front of her. No, Shuddha Bhaktas, those who are perfected their life like a Haridas Thakur, Maya Devi pays attention toward those devotees. Who are we? We are nothing. Right now what we are going through in our life in devotional service, whenever we feel kind of an obstacle and disturbances, that's exclusively impressions of our mind. Maya Devi has given a very beautiful toy to us. Just like here in our class also, you give a bag and in that bag if there is a bottle, our child becomes very much, exclusively attracted to that thing. So similarly, Maya Devi has given, that's a key or a water bottle? Water bag. She gets very much attracted. Radhita gets very much attracted. Similarly, Maya Devi has given exclusively one toy to us, one खिलौना to us. What is that? Our own mind. And we दिन रात उसके साथ play करते रहते. And we think, oh, everything is governed by me, everything is controlled by me. No. If we see very carefully, we are just like a puppet. And our mind, it just plays with us. It just try to, what was control us through that strings of desires, strings of needs and the wants and the sense gratification, all those kind of needs. And mind throws the tantrums, and we are like, oh, my mind wants this, let's go and have this, right? So that is the problem. So to come out of all those kind of unnecessary, spending of energy into on one single avayava, one single indriya, or one single sense which is called as a mind, the Shrotavya and Kirtitavyascha of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra is very important in our life. And in what way we should do it? Tasmad ekena manasa. Ekale Ishvara Krishna arasara mritya. In that way we should do this. Worshipping of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And that is also Nityada. Many times I called, there is a very famous hospital called as JJ Hospital. All of you know. So there are some devotees who I have coined as JJ devotees. Why they are called as JJ devotees? They are Janmashtami to Janmashtami devotees. As soon as Janmashtami comes, oh my God, their devotion goes to peak level, intensified. And the day on Janmashtami, they will do fasting and they will look at the deities while Abhishek is like, like in this way. So it's like, my God, there is so much devotion into their heart. And after Prabhupada's feast, they are like kaput. Till the next Janmashtami, they will not be seen. Even Krishna tries to find them out. Where are those devotees who were such a consciously and such a intensely taking my darshan on Janmashtami? Where are they? So, Lord, they are the rare devotees. They come sometimes rarely to the temple. Right? So, the next, which is the most important, exclusive word has been spoken in this verse is a Nityada. Constantly, continuously, consistently, we should do that. What? Shrotavya kirtitavyascha dheya pujascha nityada. That is what is exclusively spoken into this verse. Now, Srila Prabhupada in purport, it's very nicely to say, particularly Shrotavya, Kirtitavya and Dheya means hearing about some person, glorifying that person, then worshipping that person and remembering this person. These four things are very exclusive in our life. Nobody can say कि नहीं मैं तो ये करता नहीं हूँ करके. No, remember very exclusively. If you are not glorifying Krishna, you will glorify some kind of a celebrity, either a cricketer or a footballer or a one person who has went to the Olympics or a singer or an actor or a politician. Exclusively in our life there will be one person who will be glorified by us, who will be remembered by us, who will be worshipped by us. And I have seen one clip, very nice clip, that in that clip, this particular, it's a movie clip and a very nice actor, he has one mirror and he has hung kind of a garland to that mirror. And what he does, he comes every day morning after taking bath, he looked at the mirror and he applies haldi, kumkum and he worships himself by looking into that mirror. So in your life, if you don't have any kind of a celebrity to worship and glorify for, you will worship yourself. So the principle will remain same. Person in this material world has to glorify someone He has to remember someone. He has to, glorify or heard some glories about some person. Oh, that person went and at the last 3 balls we wanted 18 runs. My God, he's such a great person. One after another, he did a hat trick of sixers, and in that way, my country got a gold medal, whatever things are available there that we got. See, hey, glorify! He's such a nice person. He made us win against our enemy country. Chalo, patake phodo, pat pat. That's what a glorification we do. That's what we remember that person. That's how we glorify that person. So the principle remains same. Object becomes different. But most important is that when object becomes a materialistic object, there is no rasa. How much time we can glorify? Today that person who is glorified for the 3 sixers, next day he outs in the zero, and people who were giving flower garlands to them.
Can I disturb you 1 minute?
Yes, yes.
I want to tell one thing. See, this was in 1971. Okay, when India beat West Indies and England in first time in England in 1971. Okay, then in 71 India beat West Indies. Then again England team came here to India and India beat them. And that time Ajit Wadekar was the captain. Okay, and everywhere he was glorified. What you say? Okay, next year in 1974 we went to England, and there India lost like anything and was the lowest total at the 42 was the lowest total India made. And what happened when he came back? There were stones at his place where he was staying at Shivaji Park. Immediately next day he gave resignation from State Bank.
Wow. So that's
not State Bank. He resignation from the Indian captaincy and took the job as a senior manager in State Bank.
So that's an
Okay.
issue with us.
That is a glory.
Thank you.
Bye.
So that's an issue with us. The person whom we glorify in our life, we don't require a single moment to even blaspheme him. So that's the artificiality of this material world. People who will glorify you, people who will give you, garland, flower garland. The same people will give you the specific hearts, actually. So that's what the artificial glorification, artificial celebration, and idealism is there in this material world, unfortunately. But in spiritual world, that doesn't happen. Even Krishna does some kind of activity which is not looked like, this is a very nice activity, but still people will glorify it. How many people in this world, if they do theft, they are glorified? But Krishna is glorified even for the theft, right? How many of you in this world people are glorified when he has a kind of a multiple affairs? But Krishna is glorified for that because his activities are not the ordinary activities. His activities are actually the supremely blissful activities, and they are all transcendental, almost pure activities. What Krishna does is on a transcendental platform. So that's why the celebration of Krishna's appearance is there since last 5,000 years. Still we celebrate Sharad Purnima. Still we celebrate Govardhan Puja in our life. Why? Because Krishna is that kind of a person who is celebrated entirely. Shrotavya kirtitavyaschya dheya pujascha nityada. These 4 principles will always remain in the life. The problem is that if you have an object of glorification and worship as a materialistic object, you will not get that rasa. After some time, you have to change your object. People previously they were glorifying some other celebrity, some other kind of a Bollywood person. Now they are glorifying someone else. After 1 year, they will glorify some other one person. So in due course of time they have to have a new rasa, and for that exclusive rasa they have to change the object of their glorification, object of their worship. But from last thousands and millions of years, devotees are glorifying only one person, that's Lord Krishna. Because he's Nitya Navayamana. He's always new, right? So that is what a spiritual bliss. When Krishna is glorified by the devotees will get spiritual bliss, which is highest of all. And how many of devotees are there who have changed, given a divorce to Krishna? No, we are not getting much pleasure into your activities. We are giving you divorce, and we will have another pati in our life. How many of us did that? Very, it's zero people. Only those people whose Mayaya Aparita Jnanam, their intelligence has stolen away by Maya Devi, those people have taken us back from the devotional service. But they regretted it. Most of them have regretted it. Just like once in foreign country, His Holiness Bhakti Swami Maharaj, he was going from one center to another center through a car, and in between, they felt it like the gasoline in the car. They say gas. I don't know why they say gas in Western countries. We say petrol, they say gas. And I said what they call is LPG. They call it as LPG. What is this kind of languages? They want exclusive for that. They are something different. They don't want to be the part of normal material world. They want exclusivity for themselves. So some petrol is less. So what they did, in the outskirt of one highway, there was a petrol pump. So they went there, and Maharaj was sitting in the car, and one person was, of course in USA there is no person who will fill up the petrol in your car, but there is a one overall in charge. So Maharaj observed one very elderly person who was sitting outside of that office and was exclusively reading something. Maharaj just got some kind of an hint. He just came out of his car and approached and went to that person. Are you such kind of a person? And this person has taken a bag. He said, yes, I am that exclusive person. He said, yes, we were searching for you for so many years. When Prabhupada left this material world, you have given up ISKCON, and then you have returned to your materialistic life, and I got you today. So Maharaj, through his car window, he could see that person, and he understood and he remembered that that particular person was a Prabhupada disciple. He served in this particular center, but unfortunately because he could not continue, he has given up his devotional service and again embraced the materialistic life. And when that person, he got the association of His Holiness Bhakti Swami Maharaj, he started chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra again, he started reading all the books, following everything karke. And when exclusively he came to one of the yatras of, I think His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj's yatra, he came and he shared his exclusive realizations. He said, although I left Krishna consciousness, but Krishna consciousness never left me. But I don't know, somehow or other, Krishna used to hint me every day that you are my property, you have to come back. But unfortunately, I never heard that for 20 to 30 years actually. But every day Krishna was giving such kind of a hint to me that yes, you are my person, come back, you are my person, come. Through a devotee, through a person, through a book, through a circumstances, through any kind of a thing. Even I was walking through woods. I could exclusively see a devotee chanting somewhere there inside the woods. All of a sudden, how it can happen that I'm in in such a place where none of a person is coming, but exclusively devotee sitting there and chanting. That Krishna is giving me hint that you come back, you fool, come back to Krishna consciousness. So that's what Krishna's mercy and Krishna's compassion towards the fallen conditioned souls. Once one person comes to Krishna consciousness, embraces the process of Krishna consciousness, even if after that, due to प्रकोप of his own mind, if he leaves Krishna consciousness, Krishna will not leave that person. Krishna इसीलिए खड़ा भी टेढ़ा ही रहता है. He is a टेढ़ा person. Once he goes into, have you ever hammered a nail into wood? अगर सीधा नेल जाता है ना, उसको बाहर निकालना भी बड़ा सिंपल होता है, लेकिन वो अगर टेढ़ी होके जाती है ना, उसको निकालना बड़ा मुश्किल होता है. इसलिए कृष्ण टेढ़े हुए खड़ा रहते. एक बार हृदय के अंदर टेढ़ा जाके बैठ गए वो, कभी ना निकले वो, जिंदगी ना निकले करके एक्सक्लूसिवली याद दिलाएंगे, कम कम, you know. So in that way, just like a child, mother is working and child wants her attention, तो वैसे साइड से ऐसे देखेगा वो मदर को, ऐसे ऐसे देखते रहेगा, and he or she tries to grab the attention of mother. You see, I am there, you have to come, I am your prime object of love, come back here. So similarly Krishna does that. Okay, ऐसे चोरी चोरी चुपके चुपके somehow or other through incidences he will try to poke up into our life, come back, I am exclusively yours and you are mine करके. So unfortunately many times it happens due to our own mind, but nityada is very important. Consistently, constantly one should hear the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, one should chant, and Shrotavya. In that Shrotavya, the most important thing is hearing the Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam, as soon as we hear, Krishna consciousness will rise at the same moment in our heart. And Srimad Bhagavatam is Amala Puran. So as we give oral reception to this Srimad Bhagavatam definitely and surely will make our heart also Amala. So that is the potency of Srimad Bhagavatam. Just by Krishna Nama, Krishna Katha is not different than Krishna himself. So hearing both of them is like taking Krishna, grabbing Krishna and imbibing Krishna himself into our life. So that's why Tasmad Ekena Manasa is very important. Shrotavya Kirtitavyascha is also important. And most important is Nityada. Constantly, continuously, every day, without fail. Just like सांस लेना भूल जाते हैं क्या हम लोग, सांस को भूल जाते हैं, लेकिन सांस लेना हम भूलते नहीं है करके. Remember those who are laughing, in future they also has to become a SARS. Okay.
One question, chanting now, whether it has to be done only in the morning or evening also is okay, because my chanting sometimes gets late 16 mala up to 10 o'clock also.
Oh, see. शादी कब करनी चाहिए? टाइम आने के बाद, बराबर टाइम जब रहता है. पढ़ाई कब करनी चाहिए? जब उसका टाइम होता है. 80 साल का व्यक्ति कभी बोल नहीं सकता कि चलो अभी मैं ना 11th 12th करूंगा और उसके बाद ग्रेजुएशन करके नौकरी कमाऊंगा. इट नेवर हैपेंस लाइक दैट. शादी करने के लिए कोई 60 साल का व्यक्ति नहीं आएगा. आपको इस कलयुग में कुछ भी हो सकता है. लेकिन 28, 29 इट्स अ गुड एज. सो खाना कब खाते हैं हम? पर्टिकुलर टाइम पे खाते हैं. एम आई राइट? So similarly, if everything in our life has a very particular timings, right? So similarly, chanting also has a time. हाँ, गाड़ी का टाइम रहता है, ट्रेन का टाइम रहता है, फ्लाइट का टाइम रहता है, हमारा उठने का टाइम रहता है, हमारा सोने का टाइम रहता है, हमारा खाने का टाइम रहता है, हमारा स्कूल का टाइम रहता है, हमारे ग्रेजुएशन का टाइम रहता है, हमारे नौकरी का टाइम रहता है, हमारे छोकरी का भी टाइम रहता है. तो जीवन में हर कोई टाइम के हिसाब से होता है, तो जब क्यों नहीं टाइम से होना चाहिए करके. सो ब्रह्म मुहूर्त इज स्पेशली मेंट फॉर द स्पिरिचुअल एक्टिविटीज. When we chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, especially in Brahma Muhurta, it has more potency, it has more potential, and that particular timing is meant for the chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So that is a transcendental timing. Then comes the mode of goodness, then comes mode of passion in the afternoon time, and then comes mode of ignorance, the night, 10 o'clock. That will be called as NCC club, not National Cadet Corps, night chanting club. So there are only two options
So
to
it
it.
has no meaning.
No, after doing whole activities of your life and going through so many troubles and so many things throughout your daytime, and then you are giving time to Krishna, that is, see, Krishna, this is very important. My morning नहाना is important, morning उसके बाद टीवी देखना is important, न्यूज़ देखना is important, my job is important, my पति पत्नी, my बीवी बच्चे पति पत्नी is more important, and then अगर मेरे को टाइम रहेगा तब मैं आपका जपा करूँगा. This is what we give hint to Krishna when we chant in the night. Chant in the morning, it has more potency. You will feel it. Your day will go such a wonderful, such a blissful actually when you chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra early in the morning. So Brahma Muhurta is given for chanting. We should compulsory try. At least every devotee should try to chant minimum 12 rounds before going to office. Then boss कितना भी गाली दिया तो भी आहा, ये विश्व से मेरा घर, ऐसा भावना आपके अंदर उत्पन्न होगा. नहीं तो अगर एक माला दो माला करके भी आप ऑफिस में जाएंगे, बॉस ने अरे इतना भी बोला तो भी ऐसा बीपी बढ़ जाएगा करके क्यों बुला रहा है. So Hare Krishna Mahamantra gives you a lot of tolerance, lot of potential to deal with the exclude. It's like आप अपना मोबाइल चार्ज कब करते हैं? सुबह जाने से पहले, ऑफिस में जाने से पहले हम चार्ज करते हैं, बराबर, ताकि दिन भर वो चले करके. ठीक है, रात को आने के बाद उसको चार्ज करके कोई फायदा है क्या? क्योंकि सुबह तक वो वापस जैसा था वैसा होने वाला है. सो सिमिलरली हरे चैंटिंग ऑफ हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र इज लाइक अ चार्जिंग ऑफ आवर माइंड, so that our mind can fight with the external energy माया देवी. ओके, तो अगर रात के 10 बजे आके अगर हमारा माइंड चार्ज करते हैं हम लोग, तो क्या ही फायदा उसका, बाद में तो सोना ही है हम लोगों को, तो चार्जिंग तो सोने में ही चली जाएगी, और सुबह फिर डिस्चार्ज माइंड के साथ हम बाहर मटेरियल वर्ल्ड में निकलेंगे. राइट, सो दैट्स व्हाई वी शुड चैंट हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र अर्ली इन द मॉर्निंग इन ब्रह्म मुहूर्त, which is spiritually benefiting and it's specially meant for the spiritual activities.
Sorry to interrupt, but we are asking this one question, like we don't ask when to eat, when to sleep, and we are asking nonsense question. That day one same question was asked by Prabhu to the Maharaj or something. So he blasted him. He said, you are asking all the kind of question of Krishna only. You are not asking when to eat and when to do this, when to that. मतलब all अपने पास सब चीज के लिए टाइम है.
Why to eat?
हाँ, ये क्वेश्चन खाली कृष्णा से पूछते हैं हम लोग. ये कृष्णा में कभी करना है, कृष्णा का ये कभी करना है. तो what is all the nonsense questions? मतलब we should not ask all the question. मतलब we should give our preference. like अपन नहीं पूछते ना हमें कब खाना खाओ प्रभु, अभी अच्छा खाना खाना चाहिए क्या, मेरा पेट दुख रहा है तो मैं खाऊँ क्या नहीं, तो अपन खाते सब चीज़ एंजॉय करते. बट कृष्णा का टाइम हम पूछते कि कभी उठना चाहिए, कभी चैंटिंग करना चाहिए. सो दैट शुड बी गिवन फर्स्ट प्रेफरेंस.
Devotee's life, Krishna is the first preference. So as soon as we get up early in the morning, our first preference is Krishna. Then everything else, right? Even in devotee's life, each and everything comes secondary. First comes Lord himself. So then and then Krishna becomes very happy and he reciprocates with us. Krishna wants 100% dedication, 100% surrender. इसलिए चैतन्य महाप्रभु वगैरह आए बाद में थोड़ा सा कॉम्प्रोमाइज करने के लिए, बट कृष्ण वांट एक्सक्लूसिव डेडिकेशन, उसके बिना रेसिप्रोकेशन नहीं करेंगे. ओके, ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय.